Right. Good morning. Good morning. That's the first time I've done a stream in the morning, I think. So, um, yeah, I was going to do one last night, but I did get caught up in a few things. Particularly fixing this shitty PC. Oh, not shitty PC. This pain in the ass of the PC I've got. You can probably hear it in the background. But yeah, that's all sorted out now, near enough. But we're back for a little stream, man. My God, there was some action in football last night. I think the most glaringly obvious one, or a couple glaringly obvious ones. Obviously, Tottenham got absolutely manhandled by Atletico Madrid. They got a couple goals back, and even 5-2, that flat as to the sea, because they were. We knew they wouldn't go there and win, but my God, they were abysmal. But yeah, listen, we'll talk a bit about on that because there were obviously some massive talking points in terms of what went on in that game. But there was also, what happened with their goalkeeper, Vicario, having to get subbed on after. It was all crazy, because a lot of people were feeling sorry for him, and I kind of hear it. But to be fair, I think one thing I do understand is that Tudor made that decision to start Kinski, and you haven't got to be new to Tottenham or just come in to realise that Kinski's not that good. Yes, Vicario shit, but Kinski's rubbish as well. He's even worse than Vicario. And then you pretty much gets embarrassed on worldwide television. I do feel sorry for him in that aspect. That's probably ruined his career now. Let's just be real. He was never good of a goalkeeper to begin with. He had like one good game from what I can remember. I'm pretty sure that was his debut against Liverpool. In the Carabao Cup semi-final. But yeah, it weren't a good look for him at all. And just for Tottenham in general, honestly, I'm starting to think they go down, genuinely. A lot of people say that, West Ham and Forest aren't as good, like just about worse than them. I disagree. I think West Ham and Forest are better than them. And that is purely based on, number one, they've kind of been here before. I guess West Ham not really, but Forest have kind of been here before in terms of some of the players that were under Steve Cooper when they survived that in their first season. When they beat us, ironically, because they kind of been there before. And at the same time, not just that, there's more players that play for West Ham and Forest that can grab a game by the scruff of the neck. When you look at that Tottenham team, what player can you look to in terms of, they're going to get us out of this mess? There's no player. And the ones that do, Kulusevski and Maddison, they're injured. That is unfortunate, but at the same time, they've had 2 transfer windows to deal with that. I'm going to guess that Maddison got injured during the summer transfer window because he hasn't played us all this season. I think he'd done his ACL in pre-season. So they had that window to address it. They brought in Xavi Simons. He's shit. And he should be the player that they look to. But at the same time, the fact he got dropped for that game against Atletico shows how important he is, because if you can't start in a game like that, away from home, when can you start him? And he's been dropped multiple times this season as well. And then they had January to deal with it, and they brought in Conor Gallagher. They're not they're not what's it? They're not good still with it. Oh, listen, is this it? Wait. Oh, yeah, Gal. Oh, listen, like, big up to yourself, mate. You're in my chat. Oh, listen, I've watched you quite a lot, mate. Yeah, listen, big up to yourself, and listen, if you're in it before, subscribe to Igal Talks Football as well. The reason that I'm Arteta out, Igal, is based off this, pretty much based off the time he's been here. I'm sure you've obviously had conversations and stuff with, likes of panelists, and I'm kind of in the same sort of ballpark as them. Just like, facts of not winning any trophies in the winning any trophies recently, bottled in the title races, bottled in so many things like that. That's the reason why I'm Arteta out, and I do believe that he has a massive part to blame for most of it. Um, and am I still Arteta out? I'm Arteta out until he wins the title. Which it looks like we're on course to doing it, which is nice to see. So if he wins the title, I will fully get back off his case. If he doesn't win it this season, then I still will be. Even with the Carabao Cup, I don't think it's enough. Really, I don't think it's enough to win the keeping, because if you look at the bigger picture, we spent close to £1 billion, and for me, and I'm pretty sure you would agree as well, just the Carabao Cup ain't enough. So I've said this before, and I think I said this in a video. If he wins either or Premier League or Champs, 100% keep him. If he does a cup double, 100% keep him. And if he wins just either an FA Cup or just a Carabao Cup, I think it's time, because he's had massive backing. He's had massive backing this season as well, Arteta, and likes of bringing in Gyökeres. Although he didn't really want Gyökeres and Eze, he's had massive backing in terms of getting them, and you have to deliver. Albeit I don't agree with the style of play that he's playing. However, it's got us to a point where we're 7 points clear at the top, albeit City have got a game in hand. We're in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, and we've got a very winnable tie. We're in the final of the League Cup, and we're playing tonight against Leverkusen, which we will talk about later. But yeah, we will win 2 trophies minimum at the moment. Hopefully, listen, yeah, I do believe personally, whoever wins that Carabao Cup wins the league. I think if we don't win it, I think the confidence will just, fold, and it will just go away like that. Because obviously we've got to play them a couple of weeks after as well, I think it is. But listen, if we do win it, not only have we won a trophy, not only have we broken the ducks, we've also done it over Pep. And think about what that will do psychologically to Man City. Because I remember last season, when we went up 2-1 again, up against him at the Etihad, look how rattled they were. Look how rattled Pep was, if you remember, when Gabriel scored that header, or I think it might have been the Calafiori goal. Look how rattled Pep got. And I can genuinely see him getting rattled a similar much, because, look, City have been mad inconsistent this season. However, with what's it called? What was I going to say? Look, yeah, City have been inconsistent this season, but albeit they've, obviously, if they win their game in hand, they're 4 points. They're 4 points behind us. 3 points behind us. But yeah, listen, I'm fully hoping we win the title. And to be fair, at the moment, with the fixtures that we have coming up, it's looking all right. But listen, I've seen this story way so many times. I remember being 2-0 up at Anfield all them years ago. I thought the league was done. I was getting ready to go to the parade and doing all that stuff, but then, yeah, life comes at you fast. But listen, big ups to Abdi. I'll just say Abdi. I don't want to butcher the pronunciation. Hi, mate. Just came across your channel. Hopefully you succeed, and if you need a City fan on the channel, I'll be happy to come on. Listen, we got a couple games coming up. We're both we got a Carabao Cup final coming up. We got the game at the Etihad coming up, and we could play each other in the FA Cup. Listen, plenty of opportunities for you to jump on the channel at some point. We can listen, if you want to get a preview sorted out or something like that for one of these upcoming games, just DM me, man. We can get something sorted out. We got quite a few opportunities to play each other this season. So yeah, hey, enjoy the season. Don't worry about the end result. Listen, I think we have to worry about the end result this season, Miguel. Come on. Listen. I do, albeit I don't really agree with all your takes. I don't agree with most of your takes, to be fair. And I can tell you proper stand on what you say in terms of your what you say on your panel shows. But listen, I think the end result has to be trophies, has to be league title, Champions League, cups, whatever it's got to be. It's got to end with Odegaard having his armpits in the air, lifting a trophy. But yeah, listen. We were talking about we're talking about sort of Tottenham game. Yeah. I can genuinely see them going down. Honestly, I can 100% see them going down. Because if we look at their upcoming games, we'll talk about Liverpool as well after that because they lost to Galatasaray again. Tottenham. Right, I don't know why I said it how it's spelt, but oh well. Right, if you look at their fixtures, let me share the screen as well. If I zoom out on that as well. Right, let's quickly share the screen. I'm actually getting used to actually doing stuff like this now. PL table Tottenham. Okay, right. Why has it gone so far? Okay, yeah, cool. I mean, they got a trip to Anfield. They're going to get smoked. Although Liverpool lost, Liverpool at Anfield is always a tough game, especially for like, yes, they've drawn quite a few games there this season. It's never easy going to Anfield at all, just the atmosphere alone. Tottenham, the reverse fixture against Atletico, a big game against Forest, which if they lose that could be massive. Sunderland away, never an easy game. Although they did, they're not really the same team they were at the start of the season, the first half of the season. Brighton at home, Brighton will take it to them. Won't be an easy game. Wolves away, the way Wolves are playing at home at the moment, especially, not an easy game. Leeds United, Aston Villa away, another massive game. Villa might need that to get Champions League football or some sort of European football. Leeds at home, another massive game. And then the game where they can get relegated potentially, Chelsea away. Look, it's every possibility they get relegated. And listen, I'm absolutely here for it. If we win the league and then they go down, we will absolutely be there. And what's happened here? Right. But yeah, listen, we will absolutely be there, mate, if they get relegated. But the team that they are playing next week, Liverpool, I didn't really get a chance to watch this game. I think the game that I mainly got a chance to watch is the Atletico game. And first of all, what a game that was. But then, yeah, Liverpool losing to Galatasaray, which is because I think they lost there already this season, I think, in the group phase. But yeah, it's just I haven't really watched the game, but just again, Liverpool flattering to deceive. And to be fair, I watched like the first 20 minutes or so. Galatasaray were all over the place. And when you have the likes of Davies and Sanchez in your defence and stuff like that, and he was the one making half of the mistakes as well. And then straight up the other end, Galatasaray get a goal. I think it was Lamina, an ex-Premier League player. And yeah, just Liverpool flattering to deceive. But to be fair, they play at Tottenham, and if there's one team you want to play after you lose a game, it's Tottenham. We drew away to Wolves, and then I'm pretty sure the game after that we absolutely bitch slapped Tottenham. But yeah, and then Newcastle giving away a penalty at the end. And Newcastle, from what I saw, they played well. Seeing Lamine Yamal weren't really on it. He's getting a lot of stick for that, saying that we can never play in the Premier League. I think that's such a disingenuous statement, to be fair. But he obviously got the penalty at the end, scored it, and then it's going to be an uphill task for Newcastle to go there and win. It would have been an uphill task anyway for Newcastle to go to the Nou Camp with a 1-0 lead. I mean, we saw what Atletico Madrid had to what they had to go through when they played the second leg in the cup. But yeah, listen, hopefully, to be fair, for English football, hopefully Newcastle will go there and go through, because I think if we can get to a semi-final, we can play them potentially. And they've got to play Atletico Madrid in the quarterfinal should they go through. But yeah, but the one game I did want to sort of manage to talk about quickly is the game we got later against Bayer Leverkusen. I'm just going to see if Arteta done his presser, if I can find any quotes from the press conference in terms of injuries and stuff like that. Arteta press conference. Okay, cool. He did do on the BBC website, so I haven't got to listen to half his waffle that he normally says. But yeah. So he has confirmed Odegaard is out for the match, but Ricardo, Calafiori, Trossard are a possibility, while Saliba, Gabriel, Declan, and Zubi are still available. And to be fair, listen, Trossard, mate, since the new year, he has been fucking terrible. So I wouldn't even say I'm happy that he's back. I'm obviously happy that he's fit to play, that he's not injured anymore. But at the same time, listen, if Trossard's available, it won't even make a difference because he's been awful as of late. And it's one thing about our depth on the left wing. Martinelli, you know what? To be fair, Martinelli in the Champions League. Hopefully, we get that Gabriel Martinelli tomorrow. But obviously, he's only really turned up in the cups this season, apart from that game against Mansfield Town, which he was fucking horrendous in. But is there really anything else that he's said here? Because I do assume he's going to go over the full strength side. Obviously, with it being, I think he would want to get this tie over and done with. So I can't really see him making too many changes, and obviously he rested everyone at Mansfield. Well, rested quite a few people, and obviously Everton at home is a massive game as well. Even though it is only Everton, I say that, but obviously there can be a half decent team if they stick it on you. That is a massive game in the title race, and we play before Man City as well, I believe. So yeah, because they play West Ham, I think. He's obviously talks about the possibility of a quadruple. It doesn't just a little bit of waffle, to be fair. I think the only thing to really take away from this is the injury news about Odegaard, Calafiori, Trossard, and they're saying that Gabriel, Saliba, Declan, and Zubi are all available. And do I see him starting Norgard? I would start Norgard, to be fair, in this game. I think he's even well more deserved to start. And to be fair, Zubimendi's played so many games this season. And to be fair, he's been a hit and miss signing for me. But I would give Norgard a game. I would still probably play Declan Rice at midfield. I wouldn't go with the midfield I played against Mansfield. That was way too open. We talk about taking a handbrake off in some games. There was no handbrake in that game. It was full throttle on the gas. That's what I can tell you. That's what I can tell you about that game for free because, yeah, we left so many gaps for Mansfield to exploit. But because it's Mansfield, didn't we take advantage of it? But yeah, that is about it from the Bayer Leverkusen game. The lineup that I will probably go with is, well, that I think will happen is obviously David Raya will be in goal. Nkapia will start, definitely. Gabriel Saliba, Timber will start. Declan Rice, Zubimendi, Eze, and then probably Martinelli, Saka, and then Gyökeres. Yeah, that'll probably be the 11. I think hopefully we can get this game over and done with, so we can start taking players off for that game against Everton. Hopefully, but we know the type of football we play. Probably be, and to be fair, I've not really watched Leverkusen at all this season, so I can't really say how they play. I don't want to really take them for granted because let's have a look where they are in the Bundesliga. Because I know they started the season with Erik ten Hag, and that went to shit real quick. Bundesliga table. They are 6th. They've got 2 wins in their last 5. They've won 13, drawn 5, lost 7. And what was I going to type in? because obviously they finished quite low because we obviously got them in the draw. League phase. Is this it? Oh, no, that was last year. They finished 15th. Yeah, they finished 15th in the league phase. So yeah, on paper, we should deal with them comfortably. And to be fair, what I'll say is that we played our best football in the Champions League this season. Aesthetically, score-wise, you look at some of the games that we won. And listen, hopefully we can just get this game over and done with and go through quite easily, and then start looking at Everton. And obviously, if we can get this return leg, if we can make this return leg a walk in the park, we've got that Carabao Cup final literally the Sunday after. So it is a massive couple of weeks for Arsenal. But yeah, listen, I'm going to end it here. Big up to everyone who has interacted, liked, sub, shared, doing whatever they can to help the channel grow. I quite like doing these early morning streams. Well, I say early morning. I quite like doing these morning to afternoon streams as well. Just getting out of the way. See what news has come up. Obviously, it's been a good night of Champions League football after this, and there is some football tonight. I'm happy we are the early kickoff because that means we can tune into games like PSG, Chelsea, Madrid, Man City, even Bodo Glimt Sporting. So yeah, some decent football tonight. Hopefully we can win our game and then relax and watch the others. Hopefully the English teams can fold. Although saying that, I'd rather play Chelsea than PSG in a Champions League final. I'll tell you that for free. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. Like, sub, share, do whatever you have to do. And I'll see you a lot for the match reaction probably later. I'm not sure if it will be a video or a stream. More than likely it will be a video. But yeah, listen, keep your eyes peeled out for that. Turn notifications on. And yeah, I'm out.